collapsed in this game tonight?
I mean, we lost the football game. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's all about, in this league, it's about winning and losing, and I don't think we made enough plays on defense to win the game.
Were you surprised with the way Dallas was able to run football between the tackles against your front seven?
I think we made a couple mistakes, but I mean, we just got to get a hat on them sometimes. Sometimes we went through that scot-free, and I mean, that's not us. But we just got to get it cleaned up and get a shoulder on them, hold them up, and wait till the game get there to get them on the ground.
Second half third down was crucial, and they converted a lot of third downs on you guys.
I haven't watched the tape, but they did convert a lot of third downs, and we just got to be better. We normally are really good on a really good third down team when it's crunch time, and all of us today we weren't. They made plays and we didn't.
How much do you attribute to what happening to a lot of guys being injured on this team? How much do you attribute to that?
That's no excuse. We're all pros. At the end of the day, the next guy got to step up. We're all in the same meetings. We all in the same practice. We all participate in everything together. So the next man up, it shouldn't be no excuse.
You guys talked about having to take care of your division. So what's the message after this one?
We just got to get ready for next week. Obviously, this loss sucked, and we have sucked lately at home. We're normally really good at home, and lately we've sucked. We got to do something about that and get this game behind us and get ready to go to New Orleans next week. It's a real test for us.
How would you describe the way the defense was so inconsistent in this game tonight?
I thought early in the game we got a bunch of stops. The biggest part late in the game, we couldn't get the negative plays on first and second down. I thought the Cowboys had a really good package on third and two, and so some things that were really hard to handle, which extended drives, kept us on the field. It was just really the inability to get some negative plays or get them behind the sticks first and second down.
Were you surprised they ran as many slant routes as they did against your secondary?
No. I mean, that's kind of in their wheelhouse. Easy throws for the quarterback, especially versus press man. So no, I wasn't surprised by it.
You guys have talked so much about taking care of your division. So what's the message now when you look at the big picture?
I think you're not allowed to look at the big picture at this point in time. It's just taking pride in the work that you do every single day. Whether it's your preparation, the way you practice, that's all we can afford to look at this point. There is no big picture. It's just one day at a time, taking pride in your work, and then we'll figure out the rest later.
Malcolm, with Ronald Darby coming out, and you got like three guys playing defensive back, and you weren't considered. What was that like, I guess?
I mean, it's not like you had time and time to sit there and cry about it. I mean, at the end of the day, you put the next guy in and you play. I thought, Sullivan came in and played well. He wasn't out there wide-eyed. He knew what we were doing. It's just obviously we got a ton of injuries in the secondary, but like I said, we don't have time to make excuses. We got a job to do. And so we'll continue to prepare to get these guys as many reps as we can. Obviously, we're gonna have a challenge this week with Drew Brees and the Saints offense. So the emphasis goes on the preparation.
Given that you had the 2 weeks to prepare and rest, how disappointing is this?
We like to win, so any loss is disappointing, but none more than anything else, and than any other loss. At the end of the day, we didn't perform the way we wanted to. So we'll take the same process, evaluate it, prepare, and go play again.
Malcolm, the missed tackles seem to kind of be mounting at times. It seems like they're happening, obviously, at bad times. Are you guys seeing that out there too? You feeling that?
I mean, you got Ezekiel Elliott running the ball. He's not the easiest person to get on the ground. They make plays too. I think later in the game, it probably showed up just keeping them behind the sticks. Weren't getting the tackles for losses or those short gains. So when they're falling forward for even if it's 4 yards, you do that 2 times, and now it's 3rd and 1 or 2. And they had, like I said, they had a really good package that we were struggling with on 3rd and shorts, which is hard for anybody. But when you got a running quarterback like Dak, and Zeke obviously makes it a little tough. But for us playing a team like that, we knew coming into it we'd have to stop the run, especially early in those series, and didn't get the mission accomplished.
Since you've seen this defense already once this year, what did you try to stress to the guys here about how to attack them?
kind of a different system completely. So I wasn't really expecting the same coverages or same style of play. And plus it was, division game. So, when we played them last time, I felt like we got a lot of man. I feel like today we got when I was in there, we got a lot of zone. But we had some beaters for everything, but we just, we didn't make enough plays.
You've only been here a little bit more than a week. How much of the playbook did you really have time to grasp?
I try to study it all and just try to learn all the concepts the best I can. I still got a little ways to go, but the coach is doing a good job and not overwhelming me, and I'm just kind of putting some extra work in every day, while I'm there, once I get home, and it'll come.
What's the most frustrating thing of the offense today? Is it, in a goal in the red zone? You guys think you can put up a lot more points?
I've been here for a week. Still got to get a feel for things. We just got to make a few more plays. We made some really good plays tonight, but just not enough.
That last play, was that for you guys? What was that kind of like design? Whoever has the ball, flip it back, or?
No, we just trying to keep it alive any way we could. I probably should have flipped it somewhere. Go back and watch the film, but just got to keep the ball alive. And I didn't.
Well, did you expect to have maybe more of an impact?
They designed a package for me, and I just studied the heck out of it. And like I said earlier, the flows of games are just different. You can't dictate the flow of games, and there were some guys, other guys out there making some big time plays for us and moving the ball. Just I just did my job. When I got here, and one thing I stress is I just want to do my job and fit in however the coaches and the players see that I can, and just help us win anywhere I can.
Did Dallas do anything differently against you than the other times that you had so much success against them? Were they more aware of you? Or?
Yeah, I guess. Just when I played in the first time, we saw a lot of man, and I felt like every time I was on the field, I saw a lot of zone. It's just how it worked out. We had some great plays out there, and we had some zone beaters, some man beaters. It's just we didn't make enough plays.
What punt returners? Did you feel comfortable back there? You haven't done much of it really.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Again, it's just anytime I can get the ball in my hands, I feel like I can do something with it. And I didn't get too many opportunities, and had to knock the rust off a little bit. But I'm gonna keep working at it and keep learning these guys and learning the assignments and try to give us the best chance to win I can.
It seemed like you didn't take your helmet off the entire first half once you got in. How amped were you for this debut?
I was pretty pumped. I figured it'd keep me warmer if I kept it on, and I was just kind of trying to stay warm. I didn't know, if there's going to be a turnover or punt return. So I just trying to stay ready, trying to stay warm.
What did you think about the atmosphere of tonight's game?
The link was rocking. I was very impressed, and I wish we would have given our fan base a little bit more to cheer about. I know how important this game was to everyone in the city, and we just didn't get it done.
You guys seem so certain of yourself. We talked about taking care of the division. We still have a chance to take care of the division. So how disappointing is the performance tonight? Coming off the week of rest, and does that make it worse?
Coming off the week of rest?
Yeah, you guys had 2 weeks to prepare, and
this is the NFL. If you don't, they get paid too, and they're a good football team. We didn't play well enough to beat them. That's the bottom line. I think sometimes, people look at it and say, well, we went last year, 13-3, 14-2. We're just supposed to roll the ball out there. And we don't look at it that way. We knew we had to come in here and play well to beat the Cowboys, and we didn't play well enough. They get paid too. They're a good football team. And we can't just play okay and expect to beat teams like that.
You guys worried about the home field advantage too? It was such a force here at home for so long. Now it's been a while since you guys have won.
Yeah, no doubt. That sucks. We got to fix it. I don't know. We all got to do better.
Is there anything you can point to as to why you guys have been so much better in the first half and the second half as a defense?
I have no idea. It's something to look at. It's not like guys are getting tired. It's not like guys aren't playing hard. It's not like we're not physically prepared to play. So I don't know. We just got to look at it. It's definitely showing up though.
What's the message now, looking ahead?
We got to finish. I mean, we're not out of it by far. We 1-1 in the division. The division's still wide open. A couple of games down to Washington. We still got to play them twice. We're not going in the tank at all. We're gonna finish. We're gonna finish strong.
But this has been like a roller coaster ride all season long. What happened to the killer instinct that was with this team?
We still have it. We're just coming up short. You know, we lost a couple, 4 games within 15, 16 points, and then we lost tonight. So, I mean, just little stuff. I mean, that's the difference between this year and last year.
How about here at home? You're such a force here at home, and it's been a while now since you won.
I know. I think we didn't drop 2 or 3 here at home, and last year I don't think we lost 1 game at home. So, I mean, we just got to clean up all the little things and get back to the Eagle football.
You got 7 games left to play. What do you say to these guys in the locker room at this point?
Finish, man. Don't go in the tank. Don't listen to none of the negativity. Just come to work and let's finish. We got the Saints next week. Tough opponent, but we're gonna be ready for them.
For you to be playing through everything that you're playing through, and for the team to be not doing so well, how frustrating is that, having stood on the sideline and watched what they did last year?
I mean, it ain't nothing to me. I'm going out there and battling. Whether we one win, 8 wins, 10 wins, I'm suiting up and I'm playing every week, and I'm gonna give all I got.
How much did Lane's absence hurt tonight? How much did Lane Johnson's absence hurt tonight?
I mean, anytime you got a guy like Lane All-Pro that's not in the lineup, it definitely hurts. But we next man up, Vitae, and I mean, I think he did well tonight against Lawrence, and we just came up short tonight.
When you say that you'll be out, no matter what the record is, why is that for you? You've had such an amazing career. Why is it so important for you to always be out there?
I want championships, man. At this point, that's all I want is championships. Get to the postseason and win championships.
Shuffling in the secondary play a role at all in this game?
I don't think that's any excuse. No, we've got guys who are more than capable, that we have a lot of trust in. Guys that have played a lot of football. So, again, it's all execution. It's on us. We got to play better.
The defense is really well in the first half. Typically, the offense is really well in the second half.
Yeah.
Why have you guys failed to find that rhythm?
Man, it's tough. It's tough. We were talking about that. If we could put it together, go up and get a big lead on teams early, make things a lot easier. If we just offense, defense, special teams could all put it together at one time, it'd help a lot. For some reason, it's just not happening. We got to find a way to make it happen. We got to find a way to get everything clear.
That's kind of the way it worked last year. We were getting early leads and forcing teams to change their game plan.
Yeah. It's not happening yet so far. So, we'll get back in the lab and check out the film, take it one practice at a time, one game at a time. Really good opponent, next week. So, got to bounce back.
How daunting is that? Good
No
opponent there.
No daunting. No, none of that. Just, again, one game at a time. We got a really good football team, man. We just got to put it together. Got to execute. Got to put it together.
Why have the turnovers been so scarce? What do you think?
Yeah, goodness gracious. I don't. It's tough. It's tough. A lot of times you get opportunities. I feel like we had one opportunity this game with Kama, who's got a freaking big old thing on his hands. It's tough on him. It's tough, man. We got to find a way to get the ball back for our offense. Whatever it is, whether it's quarterback may not give us an opportunity. We got to get after that ball when it's in runners' hands. We got to go after it, and we haven't done that well enough yet.
They played their stuff. First half, they executed a lot better than us. We couldn't find rhythm in the first half. Kind of got to the red zone in the first half, didn't score touchdowns. So it's tough. Down 13-3 at halftime. Put our defense in a hole, and our defense is meant to play with the lead. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten them the lead very often. A couple games, but other than that, we're just not playing as well for 60 minutes as we'd like to on offense.
Are the opening that's a trend.
Any idea what's going on there?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if we could fix it, if I knew the exact reason, I believe we would get it fixed by now. we got too many weapons to not score touchdowns in the first quarter. We just got to start fast. I mean, it's not like we're going into a game and getting surprised by what the defense is doing. They're doing what they do. They're not really doing anything out of the ordinary when we play teams. I feel like we have a great scout. I think going into the game, we're very confident with what we have called, what the play is going. In the second half, typically we get rolling. After the first quarter, we get rolling. And so we just got to find solution because we got a really big game this week. There's no other way to put it.
Are those early plays scripted?
Yeah, I mean,
you've
been scripted for the first 15 for years now.
Yeah, so the plays are scripted. You guys are practicing all during the week, and it just seems. Is there a reason why they're not effective? And it seems. And the other thing I'm going to ask too is, do you feel like you guys are being aggressive enough early on those first drives?
I mean, I think. We have plays to be really aggressive, especially this game. First play of the game, I don't do a good enough job stopping DeMarcus Lawrence, and he kind of he's the sole reason the play wasn't as successful. So it just falls on the players to go out there and execute better.
Having you block DeMarcus Lawrence isn't probably a fair. I mean.
Yeah, I mean it's a play action. I've blocked that block 1,000 times. Obviously, he's a very special player. Best player on that defense, but I put a lot of pride in my blocking. It's not something that I just take for granted. I think the coaches trust me. I've been doing it for years now. We ran that same play against some really good players in Jacksonville, and I stoned them every time last week. So I just got to be better. I'm looking in the mirror, trying to be better.
What are you doing the last play of the game? Take before that.
Yeah, we ran a kind of all end zone play. Caught the ball, I don't even, at the 10-yard line, I think. Saw Golden Tate. Knew that we had limited time on the clock, so I just tried to make a play, try to get the ball in Golden's hands, a guy special with the ball in his hands. Looking back on it, I don't know the exact rules of what I would have done differently, but I wish we ended up in the touchdown.